Welcome to the Midday News. Grange wants attorney Isat Buchanan sanctioned for quoting derogatory Vybz Kartel lyrics about the DPP. Gender Affairs Minister, Olivia Grange, has called for People's National Party, PNP, President Mark Golding to immediately fire the chairman of the PNP Human Rights Commission, Isat Buchanan. Buchanan has drawn ire for quoting lyrics from the convicted murderer and dancehall artiste Vybz Kartel's song The Menace, in which the DJ references Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. Buchanan made the comment while speaking with a social media blogger. In a media release on Monday morning, Grange called out Buchanan for using misogynistic, crude, nasty, sexist, low and disgraceful language in reference to the country's chief prosecutor. Speaking on behalf of the Jamaica Labour Party's Women's Caucus, Grange said, "We are mindful not to appear to politicize the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions or the holder thereof. However, right is right and wrong is wrong, and the truth of the matter is if the holder of any office in the PNP or anywhere directed that commented any female, we'd have condemned it and insisted that action be taken against him." Grange has called on Golding to condemn Buchanan's posture. She also wants the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Counsel to immediately probe Buchanan for breach of the canons of the profession. Ms. Grange said she's disappointed that an attorney and chairman of a body within the PNP could bring himself to utter such insolent and vile comments in reference to a woman. The Gender Affairs Minister said the comments represent a new low in the treatment of women by men in the PNP. It is Mr. Golding's own action to politicize the DPP that has created the environment for some men in the leadership of the PNP to believe they can refer to this woman public servant using hateful, vile, harassing, and bullying language. The comments have disrespected every woman in leadership across Jamaica and must be concerning to every well-thinking man in politics and in the wider society. Grange is also inviting all women in leadership, including PNP Chairman Dr. Angela Brown Burke and the PNP Women's Movement President Patricia Duncan Sutherland, to join her in condemning Buchanan's vile and inappropriate rhetoric against another woman in leadership, regardless of the tension that may exist between the government and the opposition on the matter. JPS Forks out $66 million in customer compensation. The Jamaica Public Service, JPS, company was forced to pay more than $66 million in compensatory payments to customers between January and March this year, after committing over 29,000 guaranteed standards breaches in its operations, the Office of Utilities Regulation, OUR, is reporting. The breaches represent an 18% increase when compared to the preceding period. For that same period, the state-owned National Water Commission, NWC, paid customers $1.6 million for just over 2,000 breaches, an 8% decrease when compared to the previous period. Between October and March, the two companies paid $1.1 million following customer complaints and appeals, with NWC reversing charges totaling $630,000, while JPS reversals amounted to $490,000. Flow accounted for under 1% of the total amount. The OUR said the payments were applied automatically to affected customers' accounts. Guaranteed standards regarding estimated bills, which restricts JPS from sending more than 2 consecutive estimates without a penalty, reconnection, which requires that JPS restores supply within 24 hours of payment of overdue amounts, and connection to supply, which prescribes the time within which JPS is to make a simple connection, accounted for 99% of the breaches committed by JPS. The OUR noted that NWC breaches had a potential payout of approximately $8.8 million, but actual payments amounted to approximately $1.67 million or 19% of total potential payments. It said these payments were made by way of automatic credits to the affected accounts. The remaining 81% of potential payments not made represented those breaches for which the required claim forms were not submitted for validation, the OUR said. The standards with the highest incidence of breaches for the NWC were complaint investigations, which require that the water company completes investigations and responds or provides an update within 30 working days of receipt of a complaint, meter repair/replacement, which stipulates that defective meters are to be verified, repaired/replaced within 20 working days, and access/news service connection, which requires NWC to connect a new supply within 10 working days. These accounted for 94% of total breaches. The RSET had implemented guaranteed standards for JPS and NWC to hold them accountable for any breach of basic service standards to customers. Breaches attract a compensatory payment to affected customers, payable on customers' service accounts. The RSET between January and March its Consumer Affairs Unit received 677 contacts, which represented a 24% decrease compared to the preceding period. The data shows that the most significant reductions were in the complaint categories of disconnection, -44%, interruption of service, -35%, guaranteed standard, -17%, billing matters, -16%, and poor service quality, 8%. Man shot during attempted robbery at gas station charged. The police have charged a 24-year-old groundsman in connection with the alleged attempted robbery of a female pump attendant at a gas station on Slipe Road in St. Andrew. Colin Campbell, who was shot during an exchange with a security guard at the gas station, was charged with assault with intent to rob, unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony after being released from hospital. The incident happened on the afternoon of Wednesday, June 14. The police reported that at about 5:11 p.m., Campbell and his accomplice drove a motorcycle to a gas station on Slipe Road where a gun was pointed at a female pump attendant and her properties demanded. The woman raised an alarm and a security guard on duty confronted the men. They both escaped from the area leaving behind a weapon, according to the police. One of the culprits later showed up at the hospital with gunshot wounds. He was later placed under police guard. Upon his release, he was charged. His court date is being finalized. Utility companies embracing AI. Ocala utility service providers, having recognized the power that can be harnessed from artificial intelligence, AI, are already using or seeking to incorporate the technology into their operations to improve customer service and overall productivity. The four main service providers, Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, National Water Commission, NWC, Flow, and Digicel, recently shared in pre-recorded videos their vision for continued and future use of AI in their companies during a webinar hosted by the Office of Utilities Regulations, OUR. Manager of Business Intelligence and Analytics at JPS Catherine Archie said the company has already started to embrace AI in its day-to-day operations by including elements in its customer suite and service order system and the MyJPS mobile app. In our MyJPS app, we have elements of AI in the self-reading feature that we have available, and what this does is that customers can submit their meter readings through photos and AI now evaluates the photos so that their account is billed accordingly. No agent interaction, no call to JPS, she said. Archie said that while JPS's use of AI is in its infancy stages, the company is exploring greater incorporation in its business operations, like predictive maintenance and how the AI-deployed tool, Chatbox, can be used to predict what customers need. We also can look at predictive maintenance. For example, for our transformers, in terms of maintenance, so that we can do early detection so that we can better serve our customers. So, rather than customers having a transformer out and they're out of power, we can do quicker maintenance on these assets to keep customers with light, she said. Archie noted that another way JPS will be utilizing AI is through the use of chatbots to serve customers better, where instead of calling, people can go online and have a conversation with a bot that has been trained regarding the data customers would require, and can anticipate needs to serve people faster and more efficiently. She noted as well that the utility company is also exploring the use of the technology and supporting its management of documents in processing applications more efficiently, so if you have several accounts, there is no longer the headache of resubmitting documents, and that will help us to serve you, our customers, in a shorter, more efficient time. Likewise, the NWC says it is also fully embracing this emerging technology, which is placing greater emphasis on customer centricity and innovation. According to the Assistant Vice President of Information and Communications Technology at NWC Tricia Jones, AI and machine learning will add value to the NWC's operations. With constant learning, alerts become more accurate over time. Operators no longer need to analyze complex variables for important decision-making by themselves, whether it's turning pumps on or off, determining chemical dosages, or deciding when to maintain their assets. AI enables an intelligent recommendation, as it is driven by machine learning, she said. Jones noted as well that AI can also optimize pump run times so that they are only using energy when they need to. This, she said, can be an easy cost reduction win for the NWC, and in turn, customers, adding that AI will also optimize the company's energy use for water and wastewater operations. Meanwhile, for telecommunications providers Digicel and Flow, more and more aspects of their operations are being assisted by AI to serve customers better and drive greater efficiency. Head of Network Engineering at Digicel Jamaica Antoinette Ayres said the company sees opportunities in AI as a new way for understanding its customers' demands and preferences, and then quickly making changes to meet their expectations. Already, AI is upping the interaction with our customers, through our chatbot Ruby, which is made available in our My Digicel app on their smartphones, she said. She noted that, in addition, the use of AI is supporting the company's monitoring and managing of its sophisticated system through thorough real-time analysis of industry trends, customer behavior, and usage expectations. As a result, these insights help us to determine resource allocation as part of our enhanced customer service promise. And through a network of systems and sensors, we get AI-powered information at our fingertips, which helps us to keep our most precious assets secured, she said. Senior Manager of Regulatory Affairs at Flow Charles Douglas said the company has been using AI-equipped machines to perform tasks and recognize challenges and make decisions to help solve customers' problems. Take our call center, for example. When one calls the center, the person may interact with a virtual assistant or a bot, which provides customer support and can retrieve information a customer requires, often to the resolution of their query, he said. He added that Flow also uses bots to send customer notifications related to rebates, outages and other types of information. Douglas noted that the technology is also used to support network optimization, in that it analyzes network data, predicts traffic patterns and also optimizes the network, which leads to better coverage, faster data speeds and less downtime. AI is being put to good use within our network, within our business. We anticipate that we will continue to use it to improve our delivery of services to customers into the foreseeable future, he said.